Hello there, I hope you're having a wonderful day today whenever you are watching this. I felt led to come on and do a video today about my healing journey and where I've been, where I've come from, and where I am today. And this is something that kept me awake last night as I was trying to sleep, and it just kept stirring in my head. So I really feel that this was, a leading from my Heavenly Father to come on and share with you what I've experienced and what is possible for you also. Because after all, your test becomes your testimony, right? And I have found that to be true. And during the test, it doesn't look like much of anything, but down the road, you'll be surprised as to what it could be, and that could be in any area of life. So those of you who know me know that I'm a naturopath and a digestive health professional, but I haven't always been doing that. That's just been the last 10 years I've been in this field officially. Before that, the reason I focus so much on digestive health is because I suffered for so long with some digestive problems. And I was told that they were not major problems, that they were fine, and it didn't matter, and this is just how you are. But that wasn't true. And I'm so thankful that I found out that wasn't true, that wasn't how I was supposed to be. So a little bit about my story. What happened? I grew up being always having stomach aches and having pain in my stomach. I would miss, once in a while I would miss school. Usually I would just go to school with it because, too bad, suck it up and go to school. Sometimes I would miss work as I became an adult because I had these stomach pains. And it was difficult because I didn't have a fever. I wasn't sick, in the normal sense of the word, but I wasn't well. Something was wrong. And the reason for these stomach pains, I found out later, was that I had chronic constipation. I would eliminate, sorry if this is, TMI, but I would eliminate once a week, maybe at the most. And I thought that was just normal. But it wasn't. And, there was one time when I was about 15 or so, 15, 16, in that area, that my mom finally took me to the doctor because she was sick of me complaining, and that wasn't a good experience whatsoever. It was horrible, because he pretty much said, "You're fine, there's nothing wrong with you, it's in your head, just deal with it." He never asked me about my digestion, he never asked me anything really, and it was just really a bad situation there. And so that didn't help. So then you think, well, okay, well, if the doctor says I can't do anything, then there's nothing to be done. But it took me a long time to find out that really wasn't the case. There were things that could be done, and I could feel better. And I want that for you too. And that is why I do what I do. So fast forward to, oh boy, a long ways down the road. So back then my diet wasn't good. I was eating terrible things. And it wasn't until after the birth of my second child, who is now 30, almost 31, that's when my diet started to change, because I'd finally gotten to the point where I'd had enough. I also gained a lot of weight when I was pregnant with him because I was craving Hardee's burgers. It was awful. That poor kid. And so I finally started to change my diet, and things started to get better. The weight started to come off, which was my main concern at that time. But I also wanted to have more energy because I was exhausted. I mean, possibly because I'd had a baby, yes, also, but it was beyond that. It was beyond that state of exhaustion. And I knew this wasn't a good way to live. And I wanted to be healthy for my kids. I wanted to be able to be there for them. And I wanted to be, not just be there physically, but I wanted to be able to have fun with them and play with them and have the energy to do all the things that you want to do with children, right? Because they're here. They're young for such a short time. We want to enjoy that time with them. Um, and so that began the journey of the diet change and the health change and exercising on a regular basis. And that helped. It did help some. I was feeling better, but it still didn't get to the bottom of the problem. I still wasn't experiencing regular digestion like you were supposed to. So then, along that journey, through that path, I also, during this time, I went to college. I went to college with 3 kids and got my degree in music education. I was teaching, and I became more and more passionate about health, during this time. And my diet continually changed, my lifestyle continually changed, and just progressed forward, a little bit at a time. It wasn't all at once. It was little by little. And when you're the music teacher and there's budget cuts, guess who goes first, right? You do. And so during that time, one of those years I was laid off for a year. And so I decided to pursue this further because it is a passion and I wanted to be able to help people. And so during that year off, I went to what was online. I got my health coach certification through Institute of Integrative Nutrition, which is in New York City. And that was step 1. And then after that, a friend told me about, hey, Tammy, there's these classes up in Alexandria called CNHP classes, which stands for Certified Natural Health Professional. And so I went up to, these were on weekends, which was great because I was back teaching by that time, part-time. And so I could go up there on the weekends and take these classes in Alexandria, Minnesota. And the woman who was in charge of bringing these classes in, and they would fly in instructors to teach these classes, people who were naturopaths and digestive health professionals. One lady was a registered nurse and a digestive health professional. She was amazing. But the woman in charge of bringing in these meetings, who orchestrated all this, was a woman named Arlene Bouchard. And Arlene had her own company of that had digestive enzymes and probiotics. She also had a multivitamin, and that was pretty much it. So her specialty was digestive health. And so I was talking to Arlene about what I was experiencing, what was my digestive problem at the time, and it was still pretty much the same. And she was the first person that said to me, "That's not okay. You're not supposed to be like that. And let's get you feeling better. Because if you don't," I'll never forget, she said, "Tammy, if you don't take care of this, you're going to end up with a serious health problem." And the one she named was cancer. And we've all been affected by that, haven't we? One way or another. And I had seen that path, and I did not want it for myself. And I didn't want my children to see me go through something like that. So I took it to heart. Everything she said, I took to heart, and I did what she said. And then I incorporated, some special digestive enzymes that were to help me get my digestive tract working again, because it had never been working. It's like a muscle you never use. It just had never been working right for whatever reason. And I think that happened from birth on. And so because of Arlene, I finally felt good. I finally had a working digestive system. And so I wanted to learn more and do more with how I could help people with this, because I knew I couldn't be the only one. And it turned out I wasn't. This is just a widespread issue with people. I mean, so many people have digestive problems, whether it's chronic diarrhea, chronic constipation, gas, bloating, acid reflux, this pain in your gut all the time, and this unpredictability of what's going to happen next when I eat this, and am I going to be able to go do what I want to do with my family? And it doesn't have to be that way. I mean, it's common, yes. It's something a lot of people deal with, but it's not normal. It's not how we're supposed to be. And that is why I have been on this path, kind of a war path, of trying to help people learn that you can heal your gut. And it takes time, it takes work, but it is so worth it. And I want you to have the life that you deserve. I want you to have a good life. I truly believe that Arlene came into my life at the absolute perfect time. A time when I was ready for her, a time when I was ready to heal, and I was ready to feel better, and I was ready to do the work and listen to someone else, and get their advice on how to do this. Someone who knew, because she'd been there. That's why she had an enzyme company, because of her own testing and her own testimony. And it was just the perfect timing, you know. And I do believe it was the Lord bringing her to me when I needed her. And the things that I believe that I've avoided, because now my digestive system works well, and I have improved my lifestyle over those last 10 years. I guess it's been 10 years since I met Arlene. And it has just been such a journey, but it's a good journey. It wasn't an easy journey, but it's been really good. And because of what I've learned through my own trials, and then that led me to getting more education also. That's why I'm so passionate about this. And that's why I wrote my course called Nourishing Your Gut. And this course is online. I just launched this week. This is April 2024. If you're watching this at a later time, so you can know the time frame of when this is being filmed. I put everything into this that I learned through my own trials and trials and tribulations, I guess you could say. I did a lot of things wrong. Even when I was trying to heal, I did a lot of things wrong. And one of them was the low-fat diet. Do you remember that? That was horrible. That really messed me up. So if you've done things like that, don't beat yourself up. It's part of the journey. But I have learned so much through the testing that I would love to be able to share that with you. It is through that testing and through the many hours of classroom time that I have learned how to help people with their digestive system. And your gut health is your overall health. If your gut health is out of whack, everything else is too. And we may not see the ramifications of that immediately, especially if you're young, but down the road, we very well could. And I have seen that happen. I've seen that happen to people I love, that, you just don't know. You don't know what you don't know, right? And then as they get older, the problems start to pile up. And I don't want that for you. I want you to feel good. I want you to live the best life you possibly can. And I want you to have energy and joy and relief from all these things. So if you are someone that this story resonates with you, and if you have questions for me, either about my services or my program, or just about my journey, feel free to reach out to me. I do have discovery calls, which are free. You can come, you can reach out and talk to me through there. And that's a 30-minute free consult. But I also do have, consultations and this new program, which is all online. So it's easily accessible for most people. And I'm really excited about that. And I hope you realize I put a lot of heart into it to make it valuable for you. So that's all I have for today. It's kind of long, I'm sorry, but I'm 55. There's a lot of story to tell. So I hope you found this helpful. I hope you found it encouraging. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out, and I'll be there. I'll be there to answer your questions. My website is www.restoringwellness.org, and you'll also find links down below, like they say. All right, so take care, everybody. God bless, and may you have a wonderful life.